Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam. We guessed.
No.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You are already started, aren't you?
Yes, we did. 10 minutes ago, sir.
MashaAllah. So shall we begin with, or let him finish first the answer.
Yes, I had just finished.
Good. Please.
Huzur Surah Sabah, verse 24.
Allah Ta'ala
He's a
says,
specialist on this thing, MashaAllah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولا تنفع الشفاعة عنده إلا لمن أذن له حتى إذا فزع عن قلوبهم قالوا ماذا قال حتى إذا فزع
وضع
عن قلوبهم قالوا ماذا قال ربكم قالوا الحق وهو العلي الكبير. So could you kindly give us the meaning of this verse?
First he will recite and read the English translation from this version. And also he has yet to translate the question.
Which verse was it, please?
Verse 24.
Just 24.
Better read first 2 or 3 verses,
And then the translation.
then this one, then the one following,
Okay.
then the translation of the whole.
Okay.
So it's very important for us to take the cue of the verse meaning from the Quran itself. So I would like to refresh my memory about what precedes. Right?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تنفع الشفاعة عنده إلا لمن أذن له.
Before this verse.
A bit before. Sorry. قل ادعوا الذين زعمتم من دون الله
That's it.
لا يملكون مثقال ذرة في السماوات ولا في الأرض وما لهم فيهما من شرك وما له منهم من ظهير.
This verse will explain the meaning of the verse you have asked, Already it has done that.
Say, call upon those whom you assert to be gods beside Allah. They control not even the weight of an atom in the heavens or in the earth, nor have they any share in either, nor has He any helper among them. وَلَا تَنْفَعُ الشَّفَاعَةُ عِنْدَهُ إِلَّا لِمَنْ أَذِنَ لَهُ حَتَّى إِذَا فُزِّعَ عَنْ قُلُوبِهِمْ قالوا ماذا قال ربكم قالوا الحق وهو العلي الكبير. No intercession avails with him except of him whom he permits it, until when the hearts of those who are granted permission to intercede are relieved of awe, others would say, what is it that your Lord said? They will answer, the truth, and He is the High, the Great.
Next, the following verse.
قل من يرزقكم من السماوات والأرض قل الله وإنا أو إياكم لعلى هدى أو في ضلال مبين. Say, who gives you your sustenance from the heavens and the earth? Say, Allah. Either we or you are on the right guidance or in manifest error.
These 3 verses read together makes the subject so clear that it doesn't need any further commentary, in my opinion. The first part informs us very clearly and categorically that those whom they call partners besides Allah, they have nothing, no possession of their own. They have no command over anything. They can't exercise their will, their desire, whatever they like or dislike. It's immaterial. It does not create the slightest difference. So how could they intercede on their behalf? When they need a helper, they don't get any helper. So this is the state of such people who believe in idol worship or imaginary gods or dead saints and their powers to grant them something. So they're useless and meaningless. They have been declared as completely without any power over the things which God has created, then to whom should one turn? Only to the Prophet, whom God has already appointed as Shafiul Wara, as the intercessor for the whole mankind. And the reason why he has been chosen has been mentioned elsewhere in the Holy Quran, that he does not speak in favor of anyone unless he is sure that Allah is happy with him, or Allah will like this intercession. So because the will of God commands the will of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with such totality that the will of Allah becomes the will of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he is the one whose intercession cannot be against the wishes of God. So that is the reason why he has been given this special, he has been selected specially from among all the prophets of God to be the intercessor on the Day of Judgment. So having denied the power or the role of idol so-called gods beside gods in the affairs of humans or affairs of the creation of God, having denied that, Allah turns our minds to the one whose intercession is real, will be possible, and is worthy of attaining. And that can only be done if you genuinely try to follow him, not by remaining aloof to his cause, his mission, by remaining unconcerned with whatever happens to Islam and things, without ever attempting to follow his footpath. How can you gain his intercession? So this is the subject of discussion. And then comes the final verse. The third one, yes.
قل من يرزقكم من السماوات والأرض قل الله وإنا أو إياكم لعلى هدى أو في ضلال مبين.
Another proof is presented or put forward to ascertain the point which is being presented by the Quran. The Holy Quran denies the idols or imaginary gods any power over the creation of God. And the one system which the Holy Quran presents as evidence of the truth of this statement is a system of provision of food and sustenance. So the Holy Quran invites our attention to the point, who has created this system of provision? And since when? Where do you see the signs of any partners? It is universal. And the ecosystem is so perfect that all the animals, which are divided into millions of species, right from the smallest animal, even bacteria, to the highest grown ultimate fruit of evolution, that is humans, everybody is provided for. There is no flaw whatsoever. And the law that controls is a single law. It is not a law which is commanded by different authorities or which has been legislated by different authorities, because then they will begin to clash with each other. So the system of provision is such that even the blind should be able to see, because they eat and they survive. So the Holy Quran draws the human attention to this fact, that how can you believe that the sustainer is one and the only one, yet others who have nothing to do with the creation or the sustenance of all forms of existence, they take share in the Godhead. What right is the God? How could they take share? And this also turns our attention to the spiritual system of sustenance. And here Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has already been mentioned. So God, who provides for every living thing for his material requirements, how could he ignore them when it came to their spiritual requirements? So Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah stands in the center of these two statements. He is the one to whom you should turn. If you want intercession, if you want spiritual life and spiritual food, then he it is whom God has created to provide you with the spiritual sources of survival, means of survival. So these three verses read together, create a new world of meaning and understanding. And they're very rich verses in philosophy. In philosophy of life and philosophy of Godhead. Please.